Sometimes it's the late starters who finish first. But it's a rule that doesn't often apply to Hollywood. Dame Helen Mirren is a spectacular exception. Her career only took off when she was in her 40s. And when it did, she managed to shatter another movie star myth by proving an actress could combine beauty and brains. Along the way, she's become a Dame of the British Empire and an international pin-up girl for ageing gracefully. But when I was granted an audience with Dame Helen in Berlin, I soon found this Oscar-winning screen queen is not one for airs and graces. Does it still give you a bit of a blast, being able to travel the world?
Oh, absolutely. It's what I love the most about my job.
Strolling by the historic Brandenburg Gate in Berlin with Dame Helen Mirren. It's hard to believe she was born the year Germany lost World War II.
You know, we all love to travel.
She's 66 years young, with a zest for life and acting that has never waned.
It's lovely to come to Berlin as a tourist, but it's much more fun to come with work.
Yes, yes. She may be a dame, but she still works like a trooper, even though she's won every major acting award in the book. Your trophy cabinet at home must be burgeoning. Emmys, BAFTAs, an Oscar.
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
Cannes Film Festival.
SAG Awards.
SAG, yes.
Where do you want me to stop? It's fantastic, but...
Yeah. Americans are very generous, I have to say.
Do any of them in particular mean anything to you? I mean, nice to pick up a gong, but have they really got value for you?
There's no doubt that winning an Oscar is an amazing moment. And once you've won it, you become the Oscar-winning actress for the rest of your life.
So it's very good for the brand.
Good for the brand, yes, it's good for the brand. It's just a great moment, you know, and I never, ever imagined that would ever come my way, because I never thought the kinds of movies I did would ever be seen of in that way, you know.
There was a time when Helen Mirren made the kind of movies that exposed more than her acting skills.
That will be my wife.
Oh, no, not Caesonia. She's the most promiscuous woman in Rome.
It must drive you crackers that after all these years, after all the roles, after all the awards, one way or another, people are still talking about the getting your kit off.
Yes, yes. True. Yes, aren't they just? But, you know, I'm cool with that now. Mind you, you know, I made my own bed to lie in. I did do The Cook, the Thief and stuff like that.
Been in here for ages, Georgina. What are you doing? Having a baby?
I'm just having a quiet smoke.
But that whole thing has become much more ubiquitous now, you know. Everybody gets their kit off now, don't they?
Even today, in her 60s, she's a sizzling paparazzi target. This infamous photo, taken when she was 63, recently helped Mirren win Body of the Year, beating contenders like Elle Macpherson.
I never know what to say about that. I mean...
It was a compliment, though.
Of course it was a compliment, absolutely.
The red bikini did look good.
Yeah. I was very lucky with that shot. I mean, of all the paparazzi shots to get caught by, the only photograph before that was of my husband and me leaving a cut-price electronics store with a microwave in a trolley. That was the only paparazzi shot I've had of me before then.
So it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. Yes, absolutely.
I'm Detective Superintendent Jane Tennyson.
Hasn't been seen.
But those famous curves were nowhere to be seen when Mirren took on the role that would make her an international star, Detective Jane Tennyson in the TV series Prime Suspect.
So you need to build a picture of Sally, her internet habits, her friends, where she hangs out.
Yeah, I have done this before, you know.
Her fearless portrayal of the hard-living, hard-drinking Tennyson won her 3 consecutive British Academy Awards and signalled she was an actress more concerned with character than conceit. Is that absence of vanity for you, is that what makes the character more real, more gritty?
It's a great moment when you can step out of having to be the beautiful one into being maybe the interesting one.
You just get to an age where you think, well, if you don't like me, you can nick off.
I think it's a combination. And sometimes you go, oh, dear, Helen, that was a terrible mistake. You know, oh, how could you have allowed yourself to look like that? I can't actually particularly look at myself on film anymore.
It's been a long and unusual road to the top for Helen Mirren. She grew up in the English village of Lyon-C, the daughter of a Russian immigrant. She was born Helen Mirrennews, and one of her first acting jobs was touting for business at local carnival stalls.
It was a dart stall. So you'd say, excuse me, sir, did you park in at the gate? And the guy, sorry, what did you say? I said, did you park in at the gate? Anyway, we've got a great stall here, because now you've got them, you know. This is what is. So it's just to get them over to the stall, and then you go into your spiel about, you know, the prizes. And
upsell them into the darts.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It didn't always work, but often it did.
From Carnival Barker, Mirren went on to the Royal Shakespeare Company, playing Cleopatra at the tender age of 20.
Were you always a confident person?
No, I was absolutely not a confident person. I was deeply, deeply insecure. I mean, to the point of, you know, major panic attacks and just living my life in a constant state of terror, really.
So, what would you suggest, Prime Minister? Some kind of a statement?
But that terror never held her back. In 2006, Mirren took on what must have been, for a British actress, the ultimate challenge, the role of a living monarch. Queen Elizabeth.
Mr. Blair, I asked the question. I had taken the responsibility to heart. I mean, I did a lot of research, and as I'd researched it, I had kind of found myself kind of falling in love with her in a way, or falling in respect for her. Immense respect. It was the young queen, the queen before she became queen, before she even knew she was going to become queen. And I found her just to be the most lovely person.
You're a fan now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan. Utter respect. Major respect.
These are for you.
For me?
I was struck by how much you managed to look like her. With the wig on, you know, you were almost more queenly than the Queen.
No.
If that's possible.
No one's more queenly than the Queen. Only the Queen is the Queen. That's the trouble with playing a real character. You can only ever be a quarter as good as they are at being themselves. But it was extraordinary. I did my makeup myself, and I used hardly any makeup.
Mirren met the Queen not long after the movie's release, and it seems Her Majesty was pleased with her performance.
I didn't bring it up. She mentioned it, not to me directly, but when she introduced me to someone, she said, this is Helen Mirren. She played me, you know, in the film.
Is that what she said?
She did say that, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Queen.
Her Oscar made her the Queen of Hollywood, with her choice of roles on offer.
Thank you very much.
My mother, Rachel Singer.
Her latest in a Cold War spy thriller called The Debt, in which she stars with Aussie Sam Worthington.
I knew this would happen. I knew we'd be punished. I knew we'd have to pay.
It's vintage Mirren, unafraid to look less than perfect to make her character so much more real.
She isn't going to find out. She can never find out.
You play this retired Mossad agent with a big scar on her face.
Yes.
With a complete absence of vanity.
Well, a scar's I was rather like a scar. On the contrary, I was very vain about my scar. I thought it was fabulous.
These three dared to relive Israel's greatest nightmare.
Action!
Terrific movie. Intriguing storyline. Is that what attracted you to the role?
It was, absolutely. It's got that historical feel, and you do, at the back of your mind, you're thinking, maybe this actually happened. And I love that element in it, that feeling of truth and reality about it.
Wash your winky. Thoroughly. Heaven knows what exotic wildlife that girl was harbouring between her thighs.
It's been an unconventional career, and Helen Mirren's private life hasn't followed the usual Hollywood script either.
My husband wants to marry her, actually.
Happily married for 25 years to American director Taylor Hackford. And even when she was made Dame Helen, things at home remain just the same.
Does your husband ever use it when he's angry with you?
Dame Helen? No, he doesn't. No. No, he doesn't. I think both of us kind of could forget. I do forget. And then when someone uses my title, I guess it's a title, it takes me by surprise.
She seems to be everything many famous actors are not. Charming, witty, even humble.
Do you have an ego?
Oh, yes, I have a huge ego. Yes, I have a huge ego.
Really?
Yes, I do. And a sort of venal, ambitious side to me, which I've only realised as I got older. And you look back and you realise, really. In terms of drive, jealousy and resentfulness is a very good engine sometimes to drive you on, going, I want it.
Whatever drives Helen Mirren, it's been on a road to the top, lined by red carpet.
What do you think has happened to Sally?
From hardened detective to calendar girl. From monarch...
I doubt there is anyone who knows the British people more than I do, Mr. Blair.
To Mossad agent.
God doesn't plant car bombs.
One of the most gifted actors of her generation is enjoying the full blaze of fame when others might have called it a day.
Let's keep in touch. Yes, let's.
She's heading towards 70, still unashamedly sizzling.
As you said with the bikini photograph, a lot of us can't choose our legacies, can we? And
No, you can't.
It's not a terrible. It's not a terrible one.
It's not a terrible one. No, it's fine. I'm fine. Gratefully received, actually. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very kind of you.
Dame Helen, thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you.